Maybe I'm just telling myself that it's okay to like not be perfect and you're growing a human in your body. Hey friends, what's up? I'm Jenica Hill, and welcome to my channel, which is all about embracing and celebrating your full magical self. Because you, my friend, are magical. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We talk everything self-love, and I'm bisexual, I'm married to a cis straight man, and I'm pregnant. So today, we're gonna jump into talking about exercising during pregnancy. Why do I want to talk about this? Well, if I'm being honest with you, I am feeling extremely overwhelmed at the moment. I don't know if it's hormones, if it's lack of sleep because I'm getting bigger and baby's kicking me. I'm 31 weeks pregnant right now, so sleeping is just difficult, and I'm not used to lack of sleep. I know, lucky. But point being, I'm overwhelmed with a lot of things, trying to juggle work, the idea of becoming a mom, moving into a new place, that kind of stuff. Not that big of a deal compared to the problems that are happening in the world, which is a whole other video. But I read this article today about this woman who's pregnant, and it was for a clothing brand, and she's like,
yes, I've been exercising the same as before I was pregnant, and I followed the same workout routine, and I eat, I have celery juice in the morning, and I eat this for lunch, and da-da-da.
It was like, I know this wasn't the intention of the article, but it was like, I'm perfect. So I'm just here to tell you that I'm not perfect. And if you're not perfect, great, you're not alone. So let's talk about exercise during pregnancy. Keep in mind, this is just my experience, and I am not telling you that this is the experience you should have. If you're like that woman and you've been exercising the same the whole time you've been pregnant, and you're like,
yeah, I can run, a marathon and be pregnant.
I'm like,
good for you, dude.
That has not been my experience. So let's chat about it. Because when I first got pregnant, I actually watched videos about this, wondering what my exercise might be like. To give you a little background on me, I have always been super into exercise. I really enjoy it. I used to run a couple times a week at least, do yoga, do like HIIT workouts at home. I used to do CrossFit back in the day, and working out has always been really important to me. I like the way I feel when I work out. I like the way I look. I mean, hey, it's a nice side effect. And it just feels good, endorphins and all that. But when I got pregnant, things changed for me in terms of what I felt capable of doing exercise-wise and what I even wanted to do. P.S. This video is brought to you in this Girlfriend Collective onesie, bike short onesie, which has somehow managed to stretch with my belly, and I'm amazed by it. They don't sponsor me. I just really like this onesie, so I'm going to tell you that it's from Girlfriend Collective. They're also a sustainable company. Girlfriend Collective, if you want to sponsor me, you can. Anyway, let's start with the first trimester. So, first trimester in pregnancy, as you know if you've been following my channel, I was extremely tired. I mean, flat on my ass tired. Almost all the time. So even though I was still relatively slim, I could work out if I wanted, it was very hard to motivate myself. Now, I will say when I did exercise, I felt better. So that's something for all you new upcoming moms out there. If you're in your first trimester and you're feeling really bad, maybe try a workout. It might help you. I would look up workouts on YouTube for the most part. Shout out to Body Fit by Amy. Her workouts are great, and you can look it up by trimester. Her workouts also made me feel like one of those women in a movie about pregnancy that are like doing it's a montage of women like working out with their bumps, even though I didn't even have a big bump when I started doing her workouts, but I would do that. I would do yoga. I have a friend who would lead me through prenatal yoga for a while. That was great. She's actually also my doula. I did jog twice during the first trimester, and I was amazed at how much I already couldn't breathe. I think because your blood flow is so much stronger, and there's just so much more blood flowing through your body that you get out of breath really easily. It's really true. And even though no one else can tell you're pregnant, you're like,
I'm winded.
okay, let's move on to second trimester. Second trimester was a bit different because I finally got some energy. So during the second trimester, I definitely walked a lot. That's been a staple throughout pregnancy for me, is walking. And I thought because I had more energy that I would end up running again. So one day I went to run 3 miles, and I talked to my sister on the phone the whole way so that I could make sure I wasn't overdoing it, because as the advice you'll get if you're pregnant or you've been pregnant says, you should never be so out of breath that you can't have a conversation. So I was going off of that advice, and I talked to my sister while I went on a run, and I ran 3 miles. Granted, I ran pretty slowly, but I was already getting a little bit of a bump. I had gained a little weight, and my knees were feeling it. So running did not feel that good, and I was like,
Okay, note to self. Running is not gonna work for me.
even though I fully thought I would be like Charlotte from Sex and the City and like run throughout my whole pregnancy, you know how she runs in the movie. I digress. Running wasn't a thing. So some days I would do Body Fit by Amy, some days I would do yoga, but most of the time I would just walk. And what I started doing is every single night before I went to bed, I would do pelvic floor exercises that I got from my pelvic floor therapist, and I would do 10 push-ups on my knees and 10 squats, and usually like cat-cow and a few stretches. And to me, that is the key for exercising in pregnancy. Do what you can handle in small doses, and it will feel better than doing nothing at all. But I don't know if you're like me. Sometimes when I set my sights on this big goal with exercising especially, I will be like,
Oh, it's too big of a goal. I can't even do it.
you got to take it in bite-sized chunks sometimes. You have to take a goal and you have to do it little by little. And then eventually you will feel good. Even 5 minutes a day of doing something while you're pregnant is good. Of course, exercising while you're pregnant is good for you and you should do it. I'm just here to tell you that it might not be all it's cracked up to be, and it's okay. Moving on into the end of my second trimester and then into my third, I went on a few hikes with friends. Those were difficult, but really good. I wish I would have gone on more hikes. Now that I'm in my third trimester, walking a mile to 2 miles a day is like the peak. It's like the pinnacle. It's the Everest for me right now. Lately, I've been doing yoga on days that it's either rainy, or if I have too much to do and I don't have time to go on a long walk, I will do 15 minutes of yoga. And I found a bunch of different videos on YouTube. I'll link my favorite one right now below. That's only 15, 17-ish minutes. YouTube is great. You just search third trimester yoga and go. But, if you haven't done yoga before, just be careful that you're not doing something crazy and not aligning your body, because I know that can be weird. Anyway, always make sure that you are doing a workout that you're used to and that you've done before when you're pregnant. That's the advice I get, and that's the advice I will give to you. Also, check with your doctor if you're not sure if you should do something. You know all this. Anyway, third trimester, pretty much so overwhelmed with moving and just like life that yoga or walking to a coffee shop to do work with a mask on, not while walking in the coffee shop. When you know. That is as much exercise as I get most of the time. And my partner and I took a class called Balanced Body for Birth through Emerge Birth Services here in Atlanta, and they were great. They are great. We're still taking classes with them, but we do some of the exercises with them. So we use my labor ball, exercise ball, this cool contraption called a rebozo, and we do these little exercises that are supposed to help baby get in the right position for labor. So we'll do that sometimes. I do pelvic tilts on my ball, and at night I still try to do squats as much as I can, because I know that helps get your legs ready for the big day. I do push-ups sometimes, but on my knees or on the wall because too much weight in the belly right now to do push-ups. So yeah, that's the overview of what exercise has been like for me. Mostly walking, mostly little exercises here and there, and mostly being really kind to myself. So if I had any advice to give my fellow pregnant women or women who may become pregnant, I feel like I sound like one of those ads for pharmaceuticals.
If you are pregnant or think you may become pregnant, blah, 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 blah.
Anyway, my advice is listen to your body. It's okay not to be perfect, and your intuition is always the best. So if you feel like I've been sedentary too much, my body needs to move, get out there and walk, my friend. And if you feel like you need to rest, then put those feet up, take a rest. Listen to your body. It's growing a human. Whoa, I started to feel, maybe I'm just telling myself that it's okay to like not be perfect and you're growing a human in your body. And it's a lot. And so if you're not like Jane Fonda right now, it's okay. Maybe my favorite thing is a pregnancy support belt. So get yourself one of those if you want to go on long walks because it's really helpful. Sometimes they get really tight. I forgot to mention that I did do movement class in my second trimester, and that was awesome. And in my first, actually. That's like free movement, kind of like the dancing that I do on these videos. So, dance parties, that's another great way to exercise during pregnancy. That's all I got for you right now. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't, because that's okay. And comment below if you have a similar experience or you just want to talk about your favorite pregnancy exercises or pump up one of your fellow YouTubers who does pregnancy exercises or yoga. I hope that you are going to go out and be your full magical self today because the world needs you just as you are. I love you very much. Thank you. See you next time.